Okay, we're back with another round of kit predictions here. Starting off with Brazil. Obviously, Brazil, as usual, with their iconic colors of yellow and green and blue. Can I just start by saying that Brazil actually never always had yellow kits? I think back in possibly before the 1954 World Cup, Brazil actually wore white kits for their home shirt or their home jersey. The yellow kits actually came about just after the 1950 World Cup. So between the founding of the Brazilian Football Association to the 1950 World Cup final, they actually wore white kits. So basically, the white jersey with a bit of blue on the sleeves and the collar. Now, obviously, with the loss of the 1950 World Cup final on home soil to Uruguay, I think the story behind that had to do with the fact that they didn't want to carry on the perception of that failure at that particular World Cup. So they decided to change the kits to yellow as a symbolic effort to get rid of of their past failures at prior World Cups. So yeah, by 1954, the iconic yellow green ball jersey, which we know Brazil for, came about. And as a result of that, Brazil have gone on to make this iconic colors the symbol of football greatness. Now, obviously, this new design by Nike draws its inspiration from past World Cups, especially that of the 1970 World Cup team, which had the likes of Pele and Jairzinho and Rivellino. Yeah. So the guys from the 1970 team, which is often referred to as the greatest football um, squad of all time. Not just for international football, but like football in general. So back then you had players like Pele, Jairzinho, just Tostao, Rivellino, just as I mentioned before. Um, and yeah, the design is quite similar to the England home kits as well. Again, I'm not a fan of this V-neck round neck combination. I just go with one personally. But on a whole, it is quite nice. Like you could clearly see a lot of time and effort was taken to make this into a masterpiece. And yeah, it looks good. It looks quite decent. It actually, I can actually see someone like a Vinicius in this kit, and obviously Neymar, if he manages to make this squad for the World Cup, would actually like stand out in this kit. So yeah, in terms of ranking, I must admit it's quite beautiful. Like it is really, it's something that I can see quite a lot of Brazilians in particular paying a huge sum of money for to add to your collections. Um, and not just Brazilians too, but like the football fans in general who are actually fans of the Brazilian national team. Obviously, this current Brazil squad is not the same as the squads of old, like the ones from the 60s, the 80s, the 70s, the 90s, the 2000s, and even the 2010s as well. Um, but putting that aside, just in general, appreciating the history of Brazil's national team. and just how iconic the Brazilian football colors are. I'll give this a 9 out of 10, mainly for historical purposes. Again, drawing inspiration from the kits of old and from the squads of old, especially the 1970 World Cup squad, which I mentioned just briefly. So yeah, 9 out of 10 is a good score for Brazil.